Hi there, welcome back. So today I thought I'd share a little story about Sir John. Wait, not this Sir John, this one. This is Sir John Lubbock, and he's pretty famous for a few things. But among them is this quote: "What we see depends mainly on what we look for." Turns out that Sir John has a pretty interesting history. When John was 8 years old, his father came home with big news. Little Johnny thought maybe it would be something really cool like a pony but he was disappointed when he learned that the big news was really nothing more than just a new neighbor. Word had spread across the southeast London village that they lived in that the Darwin family would be moving into the Down House. And it was in this house and garden that Charles Darwin worked on his theories of evolution and natural selection. While John was much younger than Charles, he was actually fascinated with his work, and John visited the Down House quite often. The relationship that developed fueled Lubbock's passion for science, ethnography, and several branches of biology. And eventually, Sir John went on to establish archaeology as a scientific discipline. But before he did, he was quoted as saying, "If we are ever in doubt as to what to do, it is a good rule to ask ourselves what we will wish we had done tomorrow." More than a century later, we're finding proof in Lubbock's worldview that we actually have the power to create the world we want. We often get so wrapped up in checking boxes and racing through our days that there's little time to stop, focus, and reflect. Now, through neuroscience, we know that focus and reflection are two of the simplest ways to create the world we want. Let's start with focus, or as psychologists like to say, visualization. Visualization is a really common method of sports psychology used by many of the best athletes. For example, LeBron James wanted to be the best basketball player on the planet, and he felt that in order to do that, he'd have to improve his three-point shot. So LeBron worked with a sports psychologist who suggested that he watch a 10-minute highlight video every night right before he went to sleep. And it was really just a montage of all of his best three-pointers put to his favorite music. He fell asleep with those images, and all of this improved his performance because what happened was it fed those images right into his self-conscious and in turn helped him become a more trusting, confident shooter. Now, before you say I'm not LeBron and he has all kinds of natural ability, or you dismiss this as a hope and think you will be a gimmick, visualization is actually a well-developed method supported by substantial scientific evidence and used by many successful people across a range of fields. According to research using brain imagery, visualization works because the neurons in our brain interpret this imagery the same way they interpret real-life action. When we visualize an act, the brain creates a new neural pathway that works to create both memories and learned behaviors. These new neural pathways create the conditions for the body to act in a way consistent to what we've imagined. All of this occurs without actually performing the physical activity, but it achieves the similar result. By visualizing your day from the moment you open your eyes as the best day it can possibly be, you start that process. Watch yourself begin your day with optimism and confidence. See yourself finishing those reports that you've been putting off, or tackling that project that just seems to be overwhelming, or in the conference room nailing that presentation. Visualizing a great day primes you for a great day. And when you're focused on the best possible scenarios, you're not paying any attention to the worst possible scenarios. And as John Lubbock would say, you are allowing yourself to see what you're looking for. But that's only half of the equation. As important as it is to look ahead to your day, it's equally important to reflect back on your day. Gratitude has been scientifically proven to have a wealth of health benefits. Not only does it make you a happier human being, but it also impacts sleep, depression, anxiety, and a variety of other health issues. Dozens of studies have shown that people who look back on their day and intentionally list the things for which they are grateful as a part of their daily routine demonstrate wide-ranging effects from increased energy, decreased depression, better sleep, fewer aches and pains, all the way to overall well-being. Recent NIH research examined blood flow in various brain regions while people expressed gratitude. And they found that those who showed more gratitude overall had higher levels of activity in the hypothalamus. This is important because this is the part of the brain that is in charge of eating and drinking and sleeping and a lot of other bodily functions. But it also has a huge influence on your metabolism and stress. We also know that grateful brains showed enhanced activity in two primary reasons: the anterior cingulate cortex and the prefrontal cortex. Now remember, the prefrontal cortex is kind of the boss of the brain and it takes care of all of the higher level thinking. But the anterior cingulate cortex surrounds the front of the corpus callosum, and it regulates blood pressure and heart rate and takes care of some other autonomic functions. But it also manages decision making and impulse control. Creating the world we want isn't just a catchy tagline for our rambling through life with rose-colored glasses on. It's really about intentionally developing the vision that sees the world for what it is, while also seeing what's possible within that world. It's about recognizing how our own biases and experiences can either enhance or impede our success, and then acting accordingly. Want to learn more about how to make focus and gratitude an intentional part of your daily routine? Check out my book, Happier with Einstein. It's 1 part neuroscience, 1 part gratitude journal, and a splash of inspiration. And remember, life is always better when you share the good stuff.